Tom, you know that big companies, right, undertaking huge digital transformation projects right now, initiatives. So this is not new. It was only accelerated by COVID in 2020. So what we're seeing looks like adoption rate should grow, acceleration of any kind of technology is growing, but at the same time, we see big lag. We see huge talent gap. We see companies who are not big tech, okay, the rest of them, the rest of the economy, struggling to get right talent on board. Where do you think the biggest issue is?
I'd say at the moment, it's within people that are going through universities and colleges. I mean, that's where I would look at it. And some people might say, well, it's not the big problem, but I think those are the people that are going to be the future leaders tomorrow. And I think if you don't start having these courses and these applications or the training or the physical environments or the case studies that, you know, you can go into a business and see how these technologies actually work. You know, you can learn so much from watching the videos and doing the writing and, you know, writing a thesis. But if you don't actually go and get your hands on involved with it, you're not going to know about it. So I really would say it starts with the schools and colleges trying to get more on board with this, because before you know it, how quickly we're moving. It was a year ago, COVID and coronavirus was kicking off. How quickly does that feel? Like, it goes so quickly. Before we know it, we'll be at 2025, and those people would have come through. They'll be the junior account execs, or they'll be the junior data scientists, or they'll be the junior software infrastructures, you know, whatever the role is. And if they're not, you know, being educated throughout it, and they're doing, you know, things that aren't necessarily helping, I think it can be a big disadvantage. I mean, that's going back to why I started the AI Journal, to have something that's open source, helping people, can show the message, show what they need to do, you know, and hear it from a non-biased view, you know, and show what is available, what's not available, what's an opinion, what's right, what's wrong, because a lot of it in this new technology ages, there's no right or wrong. It's a pretty cool idea, see if it works. So yeah.
Exactly. So that's exactly what we're doing here. So we do want to put exceptional leaders on stage here at SaugaTalks in a way that, yes, we can find a solution when we work together wherever we are. So Tom, you're in London, I'm in Connecticut, and Pascal, West Coast Pascal, right? You're in the United States, also different side of the continent. So yeah, and we're joining forces with people across the globe now, because many trying to find the good answer. What do you think, Tom, will make a difference in very practical terms? Because we have to start with small steps, don't you think?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know what the one key thing is, but I think it's like anything. You need to get educated about what you want to do. You don't just hear the word and you don't hear intelligent automation or RPA. And I'm sure both of you will be able to touch on it more than me. And I'd love to know what the kind of things you've both seen when you go to a company or when you go to a client and they hear this buzzword and they just think, you know, we want to implement it. It always will, for me, go back to what do you want to start with? Where do you want to get to? And what's your roadmap to get in there? You know, what's the starting point? How much do you know about this? How much do you need to do this? So, you know, I haven't been involved on the business side, and I don't know what the kind of roadblocks are that companies come up across. But I do know I don't do anything unless I've learned how to do it. And I mean, you know, if you go surfing or you go skiing, you're going to be rubbish when you first start. You might have an upper hand because you've kind of got a feel for it, or, you know, you've seen people doing it, but, you know, you're going to fall and you're going to struggle. And I think there's a lot of companies out there seeing AI and automation, intelligent automation, RPA, whatever it is, cloud, and thinking, oh yeah, cool, jump on the bandwagon. I don't think it's that easy. I could be wrong, but I think it's really, you know, getting clear on what you want to do, how you want to do it. And I mean, there's some great, you know, there's lots of new things popping up. There's great ways. This podcast is one of them. Pascal's book's another one. You know, I didn't know much about this kind of area up until about 2 years ago. And there's other things like the Third Thursday, which one of my mentors runs, Kieran and Emma. You know, those kind of ways to show what the culture is and how it runs. It's really important. And I think, you know, if you're going to be quite naive and arrogant to go into it and just think, you know, this is going to work for us, good luck. You know, I might not, but yeah, that would be my kind of message. Start with, where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to do? Is this technology, do you need it just yet? I don't know.